I'm the son of a billionaire. Ask me anything.
What does your dad do?
What industry are you in?
Can I give you a gift?
Man, she's shooting her shot early.
May as well, I do it.
No comment.
How does the amount of money you have affect how you interact with women?
I don't need a girl to like me. And
then you got new boys like our boy Jeff Bezos out here. They for the streets.
What your relationship was like with your parents growing up?
Those rich royal families just married each other. You're gonna marry your cousin. Don't do that. Like if that's what it takes to be a billionaire son.
Do you think that billionaires should exist?
How do you feel when you see like a poor person on the street?
Just, wipe your tears with $100 bills.
Bro, I'm not made of money.
What would you say is the hardest part of your life?
Oh, like I'm a billionaire son. I don't know if these women around me really like me. I'm the son of a billionaire. Ask me anything. Everybody wants to make money. There's this narrative on like, hey, if you make a ton of money, you can live the American dream. You can be rich. You can be famous. You can go everywhere. So let's fast forward to your future. What if you do make enough money where you're not thinking about bills on a day-to-day basis? I guess we could just ask a billionaire son. My name's Keril Sawyer. I've made millions in sales. On this channel, we discuss how to make money, save money, and not get scammed. Olivia and I will dive into seeing what the life of a billionaire son is like, because I clearly have no freaking idea. Anything you want to say, Olivia, before we dive into this?
I wish I was in his shoes and a son of a billionaire. I don't know about you, but that would be amazing right now.
But do you though? Like, I think some of these people's lives, like you look at it, you're like, I'll pass. You want the money, but you don't want the psychological issues that come with it.
If you were alone in a room with the son of a billionaire, what would you ask?
What's your name?
I'm Bobby.
Can I give you a gift?
Yeah. Wow, thank you. Amazing.
Yeah, I got them at the dollar store for you, so I hope you like it.
We're just watching this, right? We're not giving advice, but if you want to be a millionaire, do what that girl did, man. She's shooting her shot early. She bought them roses. Not saying that she couldn't earn it on her own, so don't be flaming me in the comments.
May as well, I do it.
No comment.
What does your dad do?
He started off in the music industry, teaching like music production, sound engineering, and now he has like a flight school as well, and like recording studios and real estate, obviously.
What industry are you in?
I'm a film director and a YouTuber. On YouTube, I make like sort of like short films about my life.
Now, like being on YouTube is like a thing. If he's shooting videos on YouTube and he does it right, like he can make a ton of money doing it. Just wanted to point that out. I think that's super interesting.
How does the amount of money you have affect how you interact with women?
I guess it's given me the ability to abuse my position, especially like, with like going out and partying and the nightclub scene and stuff, where it's like, I could hook up with like models. And obviously that was like super cool when I was like 18 to like 21, and I was like thinking like, wow, this is everything. Like, I don't need a girl to like me and to be in a relationship with. Like, I just need like a girl who's gonna be like super hot and act as like, an accessory.
Yeah, I guess for guys, yeah, sure. Leonardo DiCaprio and Jake Gyllenhaal are still having the time of their lives, it seems like. And then you got new boys like our boy Jeff Bezos out here. In these streets. They for the streets. If you're a billionaire son and that's your thing, clearly people will be attracted to you because you can pay for stuff.
Also probably makes it really hard to find someone that's genuine, because if you think about it, he probably questions if people are in a relationship with him for his money or for him.
I can see that. So it could be hard to fall in love or find a genuine connection. One downside to being a billionaire son, maybe that's why those rich royal families just married each other. They just had those ancestral relationships. Like, you're gonna marry your cousin. Yeah, just don't do that. Like, if that's what it takes to be a billionaire son, I'm a pass. Hard pass. Hey guys, if you like the content you're watching, there is a Patreon that you could subscribe to where you get more exclusive content. I will share my journey of how I've made money in sales, things I'm investing in, some of the pitfalls that I've made as relates to investing in my career. I'll be sharing those with you so that you can totally avoid those too. So if that's something you're interested in, you can click the link below in this video and sign up for the Patreon.
So I also wanted to ask what your relationship was like with your parents growing up.
My dad was like not around really. He was just building like this empire, so he was traveling around the world. Like, I never just would see him like once a year. That kind of made him like this mysterious like icon in my life. Like, this guy who was like traveling around the world and like just making it happen, you know what I'm saying? But then my mom was like really like the one that raised me, taught me everything I know about compassion and love and being kind and fair.
So I think like that happens in like a lot of relationships and just like in life in general. Yeah, if someone's making millions and millions of dollars, something has to give, right? Like, hey, make the money, spend the time. And so his dad wasn't in the picture because he was making money. So there's that lack there. But it seems like he got some good foundational adulting skills from his mom. There are some sacrifices that have to be made. It just depends on like what level.
Do you think that people discredit your talent and hard work because of you and your family's money?
Every single day of my career as a filmmaker, I think the way I make my success my own is like with my creativity and my talent rather than focusing on, trying to make a bunch of money because I feel like my dad already did that.
Like that's another good point. Like if you think about the billionaires that are already out there, what the f is like Warren Buffett's son gonna do? It's gonna be hard to make a name for yourself. What about like P. Diddy's kids? My whole point is, wow, like you gotta overcome like a lot in order to make a name for yourself. So that has to be like a struggle. But you can always just drown yourself in $100 bills or just, wipe your tears with $100 bills that your daddy made the money and made a name for himself so you can't.
He's actually trying to make a name for himself and have his own version of success versus someone that could just spend his dad's money and just live that way for the rest of his life. He's actually putting himself out there.
Yeah, good point. Well, shout out to you, Bobby. We applaud you for it here at New Rules.
How do you feel when you see like a poor person on the street? Don't you feel like you could do like a little bit more because you have that money?
When I see poor people, like, sure, like maybe I want to help them, but like how? The world isn't a fair place. Like I don't have time to spend my entire day going around like looking after homeless people. That's not who I am. I'm focused on like building stuff and helping people that want to change their lives and they want to do something positive for the community.
I like his candid approach though. It just is what it is. Like the world isn't a fair place. But I like the fact that he was honest because he doesn't have to be honest. He could just be like, oh, I love helping people. It's like he still got to do his own thing, right? Like could he give back a little bit more? Sure, but I mean everybody can do what they want to do. Some people love like philanthropy and giving and like all that stuff. But I'm glad he didn't just like it. I guess that could be a downside. Everybody expects you to do all these things. It's like, hey, you got money. Like why don't you like solve like world hunger and peace in the Middle East or something like that?
Do you think that billionaires should exist?
Yeah, I think it's great because there's a reason that people become billionaires. It's not like you're a billionaire now. You know what I mean? Like they take it. And the reason that they are where they are is because they're people that worked extremely hard and they've done something exceptional for the world.
If you're gonna earn $1 billion, you have to be exceptional at something, unless it was given to you. But overall, and some generation had to build it up for you to be a billionaire. So do they deserve it? Or, like should they be billionaires? Yeah. Do all billionaires deserve their billions? No, but deserve is such a tough word, right? Like if you're born into the lucky sperm club, it just is what it is. Would you take it? Yes. Rich or poor, like you would take rich every time. Duh.
How do you tip?
I think here it's like very much so like this big tipping culture. And a lot of the time I'm like for like Uber Eats, like I'm not tipping, I'm sorry. I know they're getting paid to be an Uber Eats driver and it's like taxes, fees, delivery fee, surcharge on the food. It's like, bruh, I'm not made of money.
I think one thing that's probably difficult about being a billionaire son is just out of touch. I do get what he's saying though. Like, you know how sometimes you see a rich person and like eat the rich? Uber charges a ton for everything. They try to get money on both ends. Like they're like, oh, tip the person, then you get taxed on the food. It's just so many, like one Uber Eats bill is expensive as shit. He can't solve Uber Eats' problem of how they pay their people, and they probably pay their people shit.
What would you say is the hardest part of your life?
Living up to my dad, I like always have been in like that shadow. And like everyone's always sort of told me like you'll never be as good as him, or you never do what he did.
Do you ever worry about losing your wealth?
Yeah, money when I was, I guess like 16 to like 21, I just wanted to spend anything as much as I could.
To flex or like for
fun? Yeah,
fun?
to flex. You'd end up spending everything on something expensive and then have absolutely no money at all and be living breadline until you got your allowance the next month. That was what it was like for me.
Allowance?
Yeah.
How much was your allowance?
It's like $2,000 a month.
Yeah, like there is the angst of when you're not the one that makes the money or made the fortune or whatever, you got a ton of angst on how to keep it, not get screwed and not lose it. There are a ton of stories of one generation earns the money money and then the next few generations like lose it. I think it's the same scenario. I know at some point he said, I was on the bread line. Like, all right, if your bread line is a little bit different. I'm assuming bread line means like he's asking for bread, like handouts or whatever. Yeah, I guess trying to keep it could be something that, you know, could be a tough, like I'm trying to help here. I'm trying to see what the struggle is for being a billionaire son. But so far, like, I would take it so far, and so would Olivia.
Oh, 100%.
I think I got a better understanding of what it's like to be a billionaire son. You have access to a ton of money. You can date models, including celebrities. You have to try to figure out your own way in life. You got to figure out how to maintain your wealth. Could be a struggle. I don't know, Olivia. Overall, like, I would take it. Your main struggle is trying to get out of your dad's shadow. But overall, it seems like it has like a lot of upsides. It's good life overall.
For me, it's like, I can't really see many downsides to it. There's a few personal things I could see, like actually knowing if the people around you are honest and are in your life for a good reason. But other than that, it seems quite chill.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's gonna cry you a river. I mean, at the end of the day, like, oh, like I'm a billionaire son. I don't know if these women around me really like me. Like, hire a therapist and work through that shit. All right, guys, if you like content like this, like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.